Hi guys, it's West Coast Arachnids. I'm just bringing you another feeding video slash update on my Lasiodora parahybanas. As noted in the last video, one of my Lasiodora parahybanas had passed away from fungus. And it was one of these small guys. It was probably 3/4 inch. When I got them, they were about 1/8 of an inch. So this guy has already eaten. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, he's munching on a mealworm right now. I'm just going to gently wet down the other side. I just kind of wet down the one edge, and that's it. I've been really careful not to over wet my containers, even overspill the dishes. This one is a little too small to put a dish in. There's just no room, and I'm going to be upgrading these guys into bigger enclosures very shortly. But until then, I'm just giving them a little wet moisture on the one side, and they get most of their moisture from their food anyway. So that's more for humidity. Let's move on to the next little guy here. Let's see if we can give him a feed. This guy molted not too long ago, so I might not get him to feed at all, but we'll give it a try. Sorry if it sounds like I'm moving around, I am. Let's see if we can get him an appropriate size one. He really looks long-legged, that guy. Yeah, he's so nice and fat. I don't know if he's going to eat because he really looks freshly molted, and I believe this one just molted about 3 days ago, so he's not quite ready yet. The slings generally harden up within a few days, so I might just try him tomorrow. I could probably safely leave that in there for him, but I'm going to remove it and give him a little spritz of water, and then we'll get the next ones out. The other ones are in much larger enclosures, so I'm gonna have to reset everything up so that you guys can see. And alright, I'll pause you and I'll be right back. Alright, this is Lasiodora parahybana number 3. It's about a 3.5 to 4 inch specimen. Sex unknown. I need to find him something sizable to eat. As my superworm farm is actually taking off, I've been using them instead of crickets, and they seem to be enjoying them. They're certainly fattening up. I'm not sure. These guys may or may not eat. They should be going into pre-molt soon. He struck at it, but he hasn't got it. There we go. Oh, no. And now he's just playing with his food. And these guys aren't accustomed to a lot of light. I keep these guys, the bigger ones, in a lower light environment. And what I'm going to do is, while he's chewing on that, I'm going to take his water dish out, give it a clean, and I'll be right back. That second one you can see in the corner there, right up here, that's another dish, just like this one. And I usually just drop in a superworm into that, and they can't get out and whenever he's hungry he just dives in there and eats them, and it's empty. So either they climbed out somehow or he ate them, and so they're about 1.5 inches deep, so I don't think they climbed out. Anyway, I'll pause you. I'll be right back with another tarantula. Okay, I've got Lasiodora parahybana number 1. Not doing this in any general order, just going to take out his water dish. This guy is really skittish, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get him to feed on video, but an update look at him nonetheless. I'm hoping by his next molt that little bit of skittishness will go away, as it's really difficult to feed this one. There we go. I'll make a liar out of me. That's his food dish. I ran out of the small round ones, so I'm going to have to pick up some more. But once he grows a little more, this will be his food dish. And I've got food dishes like just like a dog and a cat, you know. I'll give him a food dish and a water dish. And I mean, I could even use this as a water dish. I have no worries that, you know, he's going to climb in there and drown and not be able to get out. Absolutely zero chance that that's going to happen, unless he's ill or sick and goes in there and, you know, he's too sick to get out. Then that would be the only thing that I would worry about. But I check on them daily, so I don't worry too much. Anyway, he's happily munching on that. Yeah, he's got it. Just wanted to make sure. So I'll move on to number 2, which will be the last one. Alright, be right back. Alright, this is the last of the 5 that I have left since the one died. I did have 6. It was a 3/4 inch one that died. Anyway, that was fungus related, and it literally, I mean, it popped up overnight. I checked on it the night before, and then I went to check on it the next evening, and it was past already, and the fungus had taken over about 1/3 of the top of the container. It grew that quickly. The way a fungus works is through mycelium growth, which basically it's like a root. It grows through the fungus. It's a living organism, and then when it wants to fruit, it pops up through the soil and does its thing, and then begins to spore out. So whatever type of fungus or mold that was, it was very quick, very rampant, and completely white. It didn't take long. The whole underside of the spider was completely full of mold spores, so it clogged up its book lungs and it suffocated, is my best guess. Anyway, sad that I lost them, but these things are going to happen, especially at this time of year. And the funguses are growing outside. It's fall, northern hemisphere. This is the major time that fungus really propagates and comes out, and then they spread their spores, go through the winter, and then in the spring they start to come back up again, and the mycelium growth starts. So we're going to give this guy a feed. That was quick. He's quite hungry. I've been using this little terracotta plate here for his food, but it's not deep enough, and I'm sure there's a few superworms underneath the soil there. Probably have turned to pupa by now, but I go to clean out his enclosure thoroughly, which they're due to be cleaned out within a month here. After about 3 months, if I don't upgrade them in enclosures and rehouse them, I'll completely change out everything inside their enclosure. Substrate, everything gets sterilized, washed, cleaned, and then it gets put back in after it's done. I've been putting little stones in there, and with those you can simply take some boiling water and pour it over them and leave it in there until it cools and then pull it out. Or you can put it in the oven and try and bake it, but you have to be careful. If there's air pockets in those, they could explode, especially if you dip it into a pot of boiling water and try to boil it for 15 minutes or so to kill everything. You know, it's a danger. It could actually explode, so it's better to take boiling water and just pour it over top of it into another container, or just boil a pot of water and then take it off the heat and put the rocks in it. With wood and things like that, with general wood, you can just stick it in the oven, 200 to 250 degrees, depending on if your oven burns hot. You want to turn it down a bit, for 2 to 3 hours. If it's 200 degrees, you want to go a little longer, 250, you know, a little shorter, and that will kill everything inside of it. I've heard people putting in the microwave. Personally, I don't want to do that, for the simple fact that, again, if there's air pockets in the wood, it can explode inside the microwave, especially if they're sealed up with sap or anything. Never put green wood into anything. The wood should be, if you're getting it from outside, it should be like beech wood or something that's cured, that's been standing a long time dead. I don't think I'd take anything laying on the ground. But you know, if you find a tree that's been dead for a while and it's kind of cured itself out and it's still standing, by all means, you know, find a gnarly branch, cut it off, and take whatever bits you can use. There's other ways to do it, but they involve chemicals, and you need some hot sun, and it takes a while to do. But anyway, it's a feeding video, not an info video. So there he is. He's looking pretty good. This one again is about, he's about almost 4 inches, I'd say. I can actually do a little measure there. I haven't measured him in a while. He's 3 to 4 inches, this guy. Oh, he's not going to let me. He won't let go of that food though. He's 3.5. I'll say, just to be safe. That's a Brazilian salmon pink bird eater, Lasiodora parahybana. This is going to come out and get cleaned. Now they're all looking pretty good. So I've got that video now. You all take care, have a great day, bye for now.